Ben Stokes had a couple of great innings last season as well, and there is solid talk of him being opening batsman. If he is, and he does open like he did last time, he can do really well. And then, of course, he bowls as well. He got the wickets of Galen Pooran the last time they played. He got that quick fire 50 at almost a 200 strike rate. He got a catch as well. So, we're backing him since he was the man of the match the last time these two teams played, which was, of course, in the UAE. Michael, now, I mean, I know you said it, but who do you prefer? Okay, so one by one questions. Definitely you don't like the idea of both Stokes and Buttler opening.
No, I don't think both will go in.
So which one?
Well, I think it's silly if they don't go with Jos Buttler because he does that for his international team. He's had a huge amount of success. He averages over 50 at a strike rate over 150. Ben Stokes has just batted at 3 for England, the 50 overs international, did really well. So in my sensible kind of looking at cricket, I'd go, well, surely you want Buttler to go in first and you put Ben Stokes at number 3. They're the positions that they're used to of late. The IPL is different though. Things are different. They rip up what's gone before and they kind of come up with new creative ideas. Sanju Samson, I'm sure, will have his say. Kumar Sangakkara, obviously, in charge for the first time of the Rajasthan Royals. Trevor Penny is over there as well, coaching Rajasthan. But they'll try and come up with a solution. The one thing that they have to do is whatever they decide upon today, they've got to be consistent and stick with it for a few games. I just feel with Rajasthan, you go back to last year, it almost felt that if it didn't work on one game, they're going to rip it up and start again, and everything was swapping and changing. What players need, they need 2 or 3, 4 games to get used to a position and get used to an idea of where they're going to bat. So whatever they decide upon today, I personally would go with it for the first 4 games to give it a chance to work.
Sometimes, Joy, can this happen? That can sometimes teams get just too cute when it comes to just innovating and saying, oh, yes, you're a destroyer up front, but now I want you to play backstop, so to speak, and you're great at number 5, but let's throw you up. Yes, you need to innovate, and we were talking about the merit of surprises and destroying matchups. But there is a line, right? You can get too cute sometimes.
Yeah, and I think Michael makes this point at all, because what happens with a lot of coaches like that is they don't look at how it impacts the psyche of the players. Most players are not a Rahul Dravid that you say, okay, you open, you keep wickets for India, you do whatever is to be done, and Rahul Dravid will say, uncomplaining, okay, I'll bat whatever. Most cricketers are the kind of guys who will turn on that position and say, no, what? I'm used to batting at 3. Why are they batting me at 6? Maybe they want to change my position. I think they're trying to give me a message, they're dropping me. Cricketers, like most sportsmen, are insecure because it's such a tough profession. It's such a fine line between playing and not playing. So you've got to make players secure. So if you're being cute and the player's psyche is being impacted because they're being moved around too much, that's a problem. I think what Michael's trying to say is that innovate, tell them in the dressing room, we are not as good as these guys. This is the matchup. We've got Chetan Sakaria here, and we like the way he's going to bowl to Gale because he does it well. And Stokes, you're going to target Gale because you like bowling to left-handers. You're very good against them. And so you tell players why they're being dropped or not being dropped, they'll be okay. And you must have a very clear strategy. The moment you're just moving pieces for this without telling players, the players will become insecure. And the whole team morale collapses then.